Grace, Anderson, DeCandio on your rights. We will be underway here in just a moment. We want to thank you wonderful people for joining us early this morning. Make sure you get those fantasy football lineups set. Lock them in.
Look at you.
I just want to make sure people don't forget at home, okay?
You know our audience.
Yeah. Read your Matthew Berry article or whoever you listen to who's generally wrong but is right sometimes. Lock your lineups. That's what I say.
It's all about having a good time.
That's correct. We're going to zone in on this match as we are underway here.
You think it's like 80 or 90% of our viewers at home play fantasy football?
I don't know how many.
Probably under that. Probably under 90%.
We have multiple scavenging oozes here. But what we actually have is a lightning bolt taking care of a scavenging ooze.
We have one scavenging ooze here.
Yes, and now the scavenging ooze has turned into a 3-3 as Todd exiles the scavenging ooze, going to play Raging Ravine and pass the turn back. So, life totals here will be updated as Kastel is going to play a Tarmogoyf. And we will go back over to Anderson.
And Chad needs a Black Mana Source real bad.
That would be helpful, given the Temple Garden and Forest that he has. This is Liliana of the Veil. Eat that Tarmogoyf in for 4. Anderson's going to go up to 22. Kastel's going to fall down to 13, it appears. Kastel will untap and draw. As you mentioned, Craig, he is lacking a black source. I assumed that this would be a long back and forth thing.
This could be quick.
This might not be long at all. Kolaghan's command in Anderson's hand. He's got a Liliana on 1, potentially going up to 2, and he's got that scavenging ooze that is working on Chad Kastel's life total. For Todd, he's going to sacrifice a Bloodstained Mire.
And this Raging Ravine might get to work as well.
Yeah, feeling a little frisky, huh?
Oh, Chad's already at 13. He's got a big 4-4 body. Todd has a big 4-4 body. You pair that up with the Raging Ravine, you're going to finish this game real quick.
Should take about 2 turns,
yeah,
honestly.
2 attacks.
Anderson going to search up a Stomping Ground, going to fall down to 19 in the process. And there is the Ravine. Attack, trigger, going to get a little bit bigger. This will be an attack for 8. Kastel, excuse me, is going to fall down to 5. And Kastel's going to need 2 removal spells. Actually, he might have a path here, but it doesn't look like he does, so ignore me.
Yeah, and Todd doesn't even want to use the Liliana because of the threat of Lingering Souls on the other side.
That's a good point, actually.
I like that play.
Yeah. Here's Marsh Flats.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Kastel will pass the turn back. Anderson will untap. Anderson will draw.
Now, Chad's going to have to sacrifice that Marsh Flats, bring him to 4, making both of these creatures lethal, and I don't think he can remove both the creatures.
Well, he was hoping maybe Todd didn't see that. Of course, Todd did, because Todd's good at Magic. Fire ups Raging Ravine, and we're all set here. So, Chad Kastel is going to lose game number 1 to Todd Anderson as Jund very quickly up a game over Obzon. Generally, those games go longer than that. But we will take a look at the sideboards here momentarily and see what both players are working with. You see Sullivan and Grace in the back there, and then Vaughn and DeCandio up front. And we will go over the sideboards here in just a moment between these players.
Yeah, and there's usually a lot of sideboarding in this matchup. We went over this briefly yesterday in the Abzan on Abzan matchup. This is going to be very similar, where the players are going to want to take out a lot of discard spells because the games go longer. They're very grindy. You don't want to draw an Inquisition of Kozilek on turn 12.
Yeah, the discard spells in a matchup like this, very bad. You just want to draw real threats. You know, Planeswalkers, which both players will probably have access to quite a few after sideboard. Just generally just what are good top decks after you've made each other discard a bunch.
Yeah, real threats and real answers.
Yeah, that's ideal.
And the mid-game discard spells are not either of those things.
Yeah, I don't want to draw. I don't want to draw Thoughtseize on turn 8.
Yeah,
that's the last thing that I want to do. So, as we get our sideboards ready, we're going to take a look here at Chad Kastel's, who's got access to. Where's old Chad here? He's got 2 Liliana. Man, his handwriting.
He's got really bad handwriting. Is what he has. Come on, Chad, help us out.
2 Liliana, the Last Hope, 2 Collective Brutality, a Maelstrom Pulse, a Fulminator Mage, a Kataki War's Wage, a Reclamation Sage, a Tireless Tracker, a Eidolon of Rhetoric, a Grafdigger's Cage, an Isle Spellbomb, a Thoughtseize, a Magnus of the Tabernacle, and a Gideon's Intervention. Craig, what do we like there and why?
Like I said, he has a lot of cards he's going to want to take out. He probably has about 6 discard spells in his main deck that are going to want to come out. So the 2 Liliana, the Last Hope, are definitely very good. The Fulminator Mage is a very solid utility creature. You can pick off one of the creature lands, or just if your opponent ever misses a land drop, taking out a land that way is important as well. The Tireless Tracker is spectacular for generating some card advantage. The Nile Spellbomb will probably come in this matchup, so that's a lot of cards that he's working with.
On Todd Anderson's sides, 3 Nile Spellbomb, 2 Anger of the Gods, 2 Ancient Grudge, 2 Collective Brutality. And here come the one-ofs, Knight of Souls, Betrayal, Maelstrom Pulse, Liliana the Last Hope, Thrun the Last Troll, Hazoret the Fervent, I didn't know this was standard, and another copy of Kolaghan's Command. What do we like there?
So again, a lot of these cards are going to come in. The Liliana the Last Hope I expect to come in. Some number of Nile Spellbombs. The Hazoret looks good to me. The Kolaghan's Command seems like it could be okay. Thrun, I'm not sure if I'm super excited about Thrun, but probably just a good enough, resilient enough threat for this matchup. And the interesting one to me is the Knight of Souls Betrayal. Lingering Souls is very powerful in this matchup, and Chad's working with a lot of Lingering Souls, so it's going to be interesting to see if Todd wants that Knight of Souls Betrayal.
Well, we will see exactly what Anderson does go to. Same with Kastel. You see Kastel shuffling and watching Sullivan play. We'll go over our StarCityGames.com weekly sale here very quickly. It's going to end Monday at 10:59 a.m. Go to StarCityGames.com/weekly sale for more information there. You can save on select Eternal and Modern Masters singles, Terminate, Baleful Strix, Path to Exile, Eye of Ugin. Some goodies there, man. But I know, as usual, you've probably bought them all.
Well, not me.
Ah, right. The wife.
Yeah.
She's bought them all. And now you have them all.
My beautiful bride, Jasmine.
Yes. So is it go.starcitygames.com/Craig Krempels' collection instead, or?
Well, I doubt she's bought everything because, you know, I already have so many cards from her previously buying me cards during the weekly sale that
right.
She knows to pick and choose carefully for the things that I would really want.
I understand. We're underway here. Game number 2. It'll be a Plains and a Nile Spellbomb here for Chad. We go to Todd Anderson here for his first turn. A Grim Lavamancer off of a Blood Crypt is going to bring Todd down to 18. And the big question I have is, does Chad actually have black mana this game? Since he did not in the last one.
Is he going to cast the spells?
Yeah. Well, it looks like a Marsh Flat, so the answer is yes. I can find an Overgrown Tomb, of course, and then colored mana should not really be an issue, but, you know, we'll see how things go.
And just peeking at Todd's hand, you can see why these games often go so long. Just a big pile of removal, a bunch of Terminates and Kolaghan's Command and things like that on the other side of the board.
Both of these players have basically moved away from Abrupt Decay. The build of their decks and what the metagame kind of looks like. Abrupt Decay is just not particularly good.
Yeah.
But as a result, you do have some weaknesses. Todd told us that, you know, in the early stages of this tournament, he played against the Taking Turns deck.
Yes.
As Howling Mine and Dictative Crewfix, and he's like, I can't kill those, so I can't win, essentially.
Yeah.
Where if you have access to Abrupt Decay, those cards generally just do not matter. You see that Kastel is going to sacrifice his Marsh Flats, Anderson sacrifices his Bloodstained Mire, life totals will change, Nell Spellbomb will get blown up, and Kastel will be drawing a card here in just a moment.
So what you're telling us is that you can't Fatal Push a Howling Mine.
Can't terminate it either.
Yeah.
You would think you could, but you can't.
Yeah, I mean, Modern's fun. There's so many decks, but we constantly see this shifting metagame where I think humans and merfolk have come in and shown that these small creature strategies are going to dominate for a little bit right now, which, I mean, they're not oppressive on the metagame, but they're certainly something that everyone is worried about. And so we see people, you know, cutting their slightly more expensive, more versatile removal spells for the cheapest, most efficient ones.
Yeah. So that's why you see more one-mana removal spells, Path, Bolt, Push, stuff like that, as opposed to Maelstrom Pulse, Kolaghan's Commands, and Abrupt Decays. Like, you still see those cards, but they're not 4-0s like maybe they would be in standard formats or something.
Yep.
You know? Kastel is in the proverbial tank here as the Philadelphia Eagles fan. He is not sure what he wants to do, and it's the third turn of the game. So classic Chad.
Do you think he's thinking about his fantasy football team right now?
Thinking about Carson Wentz and how great he is, and how the Eagles are, I think, 8-1 or 9-1.
Yeah, the Eagles are.
They're going to choke in the playoffs. Doesn't matter.
Wow. Yeah. You are just stirring up a whole ball of controversy.
What did I say that's not true? What did I say that's not true?
How can you prove that is true? Only time can tell that.
We all know what's going to happen, Craig. We all know.
What's going to happen today?
Some teams will win and some teams will lose.
There's a big rivalry game today.
Is there?
The Cowboys are playing the Eagles.
Ugh. Well, Cowboys stink. Can they both lose?
Is that possible? If a meteor were to fall into the stadium, they would both lose.
Can they both lose somehow?
But we're not hoping for that.
I'm glad you cleared that up. I'm really glad you cleared that up.
You're the one hoping that both the teams can lose.
I don't want a meteor at the stadium. I want them to both pick up an L. That's all.
What if they picked up a draw?
I think it'd be funny and totally fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Still looking for that first win for the Browns. That's what's really important here.
Sure, high priority.
Yeah, it's the big deal.
Get their season back on track.
That's right. We're looking for W #1 in Cleveland. A swamp from Kastel. All that thinking just to play a land and pass, huh? Yeah, Chad. Here we go. Tarmogoyf, Grim Lavamancer. They're coming in. They want to dance.
All right, Chad. You knew this was coming.
All right. He's going to take the hit. He's going to blow up the engineered explosives. All right. That's going to add 2 different permanents into the graveyard. A land and an artifact and a creature.
So it's already an artifact with the spell bomb.
Yeah.
But
okay, fair enough. You're right.
But yes.
Right. So here's Liliana. Take care of Tarmogoyf. Take it down to 1. Anderson is going to search up a land. He'll get himself a stomping ground. He has a Kolaghan's command at the ready, so he can Kolaghan's command and say, you know what, deal 2 to you, redirect to Liliana, and maybe get my Tarmogoyf back.
Look at you.
I had my coffee.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because coffee's gross.
Sure, but you're still bright and alert this morning.
I had my French toast sticks is what happened.
You did have those.
Yeah.
I can confirm that.
Those were bad, but I had them. Kolaghan's command, going to take care of Liliana and get back old Tarmogoyf. You see an update there on the scoreboard. Patrick Sullivan was sneaking show up a game over Tannen Grace playing Grixis Delver, and Robert Vaughn up a game over Brendan DeCandio. That's Teamer Energy against Grixis Midrange. Scavenging Ooze and Tarmogoyf here for Todd Anderson.
Yeah, I would think the Teamer Energy deck would be a nightmare for the Grixis Midrange deck.
Seems tough.
Just every single card generates so much value.
Seems tough, yeah.
Like just Rogue Refiners and Whirler Virtuosos trying to slog your way through these cards?
Well, the thing is like Teamer Energy is not very popular, so I could see not wanting to worry about it.
I'm sure he thinks he's well positioned against it, right?
I mean, I think if Brendan is playing the deck, he's probably got plans and other things. He plays Standard a lot, so mostly joking. The Grixis midrange deck does look a little strange on paper, but I mean, he's very good.
Oh,
he wouldn't play the deck on accident.
It's full of good cards, that's for sure.
Liliana the Veil, the draw there for Anderson. You see the Tarmogoyf's a 5/6. Scavenging Ooze is a 2/2 for now. Might be getting a little bit bigger later, as here is the powerful Planeswalker.
And Chad just finds himself behind again. He's way behind.
Here comes Goyf. Here comes Ooze. See if he has a push. As Ooze is going to eat the other Ooze. Anderson will gain a life, and his Ooze will get bigger.
Cannibalistic Oozes.
Yeah. There's a push, take care of Tarmogoyf, as Kastel's going to take 3 from the Ooze. And Anderson will pass the turn back. So we're going to go over to Chad Kastel. Kastel will draw a card. This is Liliana. Ah, we saw this earlier. Yesterday, the Liliana off.
Look at Todd switching the dice up.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
Not his first time in the feature match, folks. Anderson will draw a card. Picked up Verdant Catacombs. The hand right now, 2 lands, 2 terminates for Anderson. He's going to take up Liliana. Both players are going to discard. Didn't get a great look at what Kastel discarded. I think it may have been Scavenging Ooze.
Looks like an Ooze.
That means his hand must be really good.
These 2 Lilianas just going at it.
Yeah, there's dueling again. We saw this yesterday when we watched Kastel and playing an Abzan Mirror. But this is kind of how these games go, you know? The players kind of exhaust themselves. They're left over with some removal. Anderson's ready to discard a land. Kastel's going to discard a Lingering Souls. Oh, the value. Make a couple 1/1s.
And this is where you just wish you had Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, this is one of those times.
Because there's so much removal. Getting the opposing Liliana off the board is very difficult.
But this might be one of those times that maybe...
what is that?
That's not a token we're going to see in play. That's what that is. Might be one of those times where we're curious to see if Anderson brought in Knight of Souls Betrayal, since it does solve this Lingering Souls problem. I mean, it's not a great use of Terminate here, but Todd's going to fire him off.
That is a great use of Terminate.
Well, that's what he wants to do. I'm not going to stop him. He's better than me. He'll play an Overgrown Tomb tap, take up his Liliana. Marvel team up. Patrick is weighing in. Currently up a game. He wants to discard this, do that. He's ready. Kastel's going to discard Fatal Push. Let's go back over to Chad Kastel. Curious what he has. Yeah, this is the team nature of the tournament.
Yeah, and it looks like he drew another Liliana, the last hope this time.
That one's good. Oh, so we're just having a Liliana party then. Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's going up.
Yep. And Kastel is going to play his 4th land, discard Tarmogoyf to Liliana the Veil. Liliana the last hope goes up to 4. And yeah, we're just going to have a Liliana party.
It's a Planeswalker party here.
It is. It is. I think the plan here for Liliana last hope is to get to 7. And Todd drew a Liliana. Cool.
The rest of the Gatewatch was not invited.
No. But this zombie plan against Anderson could be very, very good, as he's going to tick up to 4. Here we go. Draw a card. And get a great look at what Kastel drew. That's a really good draw. That is a really good draw. Lingering Souls. Tick up your Lilianas. Pass. Todd drew another.
Oh, man.
It's unbelievable. Todd drew another Liliana.
Mono Liliana strategy.
Yeah.
Not advisable.
No. I cannot get behind it. Tick down. See a Spirit. Play another one. Yep. Down to 1. See a Spirit. Yeah, right now, to me, there's a bauble. Kastel very much in the driver's seat now.
Yeah.
2 active Planeswalkers. He'll get the draw card with bauble here soon enough. But, you know, I'm not sure what Anderson's best draw is right now. That's the problem. Kastel might want to tick down Liliana.
That's what he's thinking about.
Yeah, to get something back. Turn over 2 cards. Get back Tarmogoyf because he's got some fodder to sacrifice in case another Liliana shows up in those Lingering Souls tokens. And so now we go back over to Todd Anderson.
Yeah, and those Lingering Souls were huge in this matchup. You know, watching an opponent burn off 2 Terminates on a couple of tokens.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Ooze the boss. Todd going to tick up his Liliana, play a Scavenging Ooze, pass the turn back. Chad will take a look at Todd's top card, Mishra's Bauble. There will be a trigger for him to draw a card. He will not forget. Now he needs to draw for his turn. He will not forget to do that either, because you can't. And we go.
Not allowed.
Yeah. We keep going with Chad Kastel. Liliana the last hope on 3. Liliana of the Veil on 4. Tarmogoyf is a 6/7. 2 Spirit tokens are 1/1 flyers. One with a Blooming Marsh, an Overgrown Tomb, a Swamp, and a Plains. That's his battlefield for Anderson. 2 Overgrown Tombs, a Blood Crypt, a Stomping Ground, and a Swamp, along with a Scavenging Ooze, a Liliana the Veil of his own on 2, and a Graveyard that's not all that impressive at the moment. Todd's going to eat some things from the graveyard, see if he can shrink Tarmogoyf at all, as Kastel moved his Liliana down to 2 to take care of the Scavenging Ooze. Riveting. Riveting stuff.
Just back and forth with these Lilianas.
Next up for Kastel's an Overgrown Tomb. He's going to play tapped. Liliana the Last Hope will go up. This attack looks like it's going to take care of.
Yeah, I like splitting the attackers here, just getting that other Liliana off of the board.
Yeah, just take care of that, and Tarmogoyf hits him for 6.
Because there are some semi-scary scenarios. If Todd were to peel the Knight of the Soul's Betrayal, let's say, and then Liliana is able to clean up this Goyf, sure, Chad is still in a very good position with his 2 Planeswalkers, but he also has to think, Chad has to think about just winning this game over the next 2 or 3 turns.
Yep. So the Spirits will take care of Liliana. Tarmogoyf will take a chunk out of Todd Anderson's life. He'll untap and draw, see what he gets. Doesn't look like anything of consequence. He's going to concede the game. So Chad Kastel is going to win game number 2 here over Todd Anderson. Abzan, Jund, they're getting ready for a 3rd game. That's generally how these games play out. They're a little grindy. They're a little back and forth. They're a little weird and wonky. But they are fun to watch. As we see an update on the scoreboard there, 1-1 in the middle. Sullivan still up over Tan and Grace, 1-0. And then we have Robert Vaughn up over Brendan DeCandio, 1-0. You see the sideboards here. Craig, we know the discard spells are likely out of the deck for both gentlemen. These Haymakers are still in the deck.
Oh, yeah.
They brought in additional Haymakers, probably Hazoret, the other Kolaghan's Command, Thrun, stuff like that. That's just the way to go in matchups like this, right?
Oh, for sure.
Not too much changes. You know, Chad's got Tireless Tracker. Do you still want the Knight of Souls Betrayal, though? Is that still something that you're interested in?
When the games go that long, you're definitely going to run into these Lingering Souls, and they're always a problem. So I can definitely see just bringing that card in If it's not going to be good, it probably just gets discarded to your own or the opponent's Liliana, the Veil, anyway.
Well, you might be right. You might be right.
Shot in the dark.
What do you think about that? You might be right. You know what I know about? You know what Tarmogoats. Not to be confused with Tarmocoats.
The Tarmocoat. Did you put one of those on this morning?
It's a little
chilly.
No, you did. You had like you did like the coat over the suit thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that. Do you find that to be uncomfortable?
No, you need the right coat.
Okay. All right. I've like tried that before.
Like I couldn't put like a ski jacket on over the suit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I have like, enormous shoulders.
Sure.
So it's just like, suit jacket and then coat on top of it. It's just like, how do people do this?
If you get like the right pea coat or trench coat, like it's made to fit. You know what I mean?
It's made to fit like on you, but like I don't know if over suits.
Well, get the right one, man.
Jeez, fine.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know how we got on this discussion when Tarmogoat's on the screen, but here we are.
The old Tarmocoat.
Every week in November, exclusive pins and tokens of our 01 Goat. In December.
Why is he so big if he's an 01?
I don't make the rules here, okay? Croaking Crusader, it's just a 1-1, makes some sense there. Pins and tokens, and then for January, kicking off 2018, String Theory, meow, 2-1, Kitty Cat. Go to StarCityGames.com/game night for more information. Game night, where magic happens. That's the tagline.
Okay,
so
nice.
I say the tagline to sell the product. And you can contact your StarCityGames.com in-store play representative today to get it in your store. Do it. It's a sweet program. Any format, any day of the week.
Nailed it.
Always do.
Now, you said the Croaking Crusader is a 1-1, and that makes sense.
That's like a little thing, yeah. Like a little small frog. How big do you think a frog should be?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. So for you to be like, yeah, of course a toad is a 1-1.
Yeah, just a little guy. I expect to be a little guy. Like the goat's an 0-1 because like trading posts and stuff.
Okay.
Like the Springjack pasture.
Why's the picture? He's so big.
Look, again, I don't make the rules. Okay?
Fair enough.
I don't make the rules. A goat can be big, but not have a lot of power.
No power.
Like there are big things in the world that do not attack you, right? Is that accurate?
But just very little toughness too.
Well, it should be like an 08?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, okay, all right. I didn't really think this through. That's our wonderful marketing brand team.
Sure.
The very talented Ray Dill and the rest of the gang at home. They're killing it. It's an 0-1. Deal with it.
For the fans listening, Cedric actually comes up with all these promos himself.
I am too stupid to do that.
And he makes the artwork in his spare time.
Okay.
And then I guess he rolls. Maybe he rolls the Tarmo die to see their power and toughness.
Yeah.
I don't know how he comes up with it, but
you should see me draw sometime. You should see me draw. Yeah. I can't imagine drawing anything good at any point. And anything of substance that someone would be like, I want that. I'm incapable of that.
That's fair, because almost all of the parody artwork is very good.
It's insanely well done.
Yeah.
I can't imagine drawing anything. I can barely draw a smiley face that people care about. Okay, let alone a Tarmogoat. You'll see the scoreboard here. Quick update, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Sullivan and Grace are tied up. That's Sneak and Show versus Grixis, Delver, and Legacy. We're tied up in Standard. Robert Vaughn on Teamer Energy, Brendan DeCandio on Grixis Midrange. And, of course, we're tied up here in front of you. Chad Kastel, Todd Anderson. It's Obzon v. Jund. As Anderson's going to take his second turn, he'll play at Blackcleave Cliffs. He's got access to all the colors of mana that he needs. We'll just see if he has a density of lands so he can play some of his more expensive spells. As Kastel's going to sacrifice his Marsh Flats, he'll go down to 19, get himself a Godless Shrine, and he's going to get his mana online. We'll go over to the Eagles fan for his second turn. Look at that. What a team right there.
Yeah.
There's Patrick here ready to tell him what land to play on turn 2.
Well, and Patrick's going, it's okay, man. Our game's going to take like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, we can help them out for a little bit.
All right, it's a Liliana off. Liliana Veil is going to show up here for Anderson on turn 3. He's going to take it up. Both players are going to have to discard a card.
Classic.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
yes.
in Todd's hand,
yeah,
Knight of Souls Betrayal.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, go ahead, Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
You got it? Let's see it. And I don't think Chad has it.
Trying to reel him in, maybe?
Yeah.
Todd's trying to figure out what he wants to discard. Looks like he's going to go Terminate. Kastel's going to discard a Swamp, and he'll fetch. So he's going to go down to 18. I'm thinking Overgrown Tomb. Nailed it.
Yeah. You just
nailed it.
Clairvoyant here.
Yeah. Clairvoyant said. It's my nickname.
Yeah, you've got a lot of nicknames.
I do. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? No, it doesn't.
Big Papa Seti.
That's not anything. That's not anything. No one calls me that.
The High Grand Poobah?
Again, no one calls me that.
I've definitely heard someone call you that.
Maelstrom Falk's going to take care of Liliana the Veil.
I've heard someone call you that.
Someone did call me that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
See?
Yeah. That is a Thrun the Last Troll. Kaboom.
What else were you? King Daddy?
Again, that's not anything either. As we go back over to Chad, we'll see if he's got a Liliana the Veil to take care of Thrun, because that's really the only way that he can do it. He's tapping 3 mana. The answer is yes, he does. See you later, Thrun.
What's it like to just have everything?
What's it like to have 4 Liliana the Veils after sideboard and draw one? He's so lucky. Wow. Lightning Bolt to draw here for Todd. There's Knight of Soul's Betrayal. Going to shut down those Lingering Souls. We're going to go back over to Kastel now. Remember, Lingering Souls is what won Chad the last game. Basically, yeah. I would say that.
The Planeswalkers, but it's hard to undersell how good those Lingering Souls were.
Yeah. Player's ready to discard here. Lightning Bolt, Blooming Marsh. That's what the discards will be for each player. Kastel. He's thinking on what he wants to do this turn.
Yeah, and we see Chad, I think he's sandbagging a couple of lands in his hand so that he's got good discards for Liliana the Veil. And what he's thinking about here is, hey, like, am I going to get 2 more turns grinding out, like, the discard on my Liliana to clear out the removal from Todd's hand, and then my creatures will be safe on the board. And it looks like that's the route he's going. I like it. It's very patient.
Back to Kastel we're going to go.
And it shows just this very cognizant, planning.
Meticulous.
Yes.
There's a Bolt going to take care of Liliana. Let's go back over to Anderson again. Here's Tarmogoyf. We'll get up Tarmodie. Pardon me. Well, not for long, probably. Yeah, path that. Give Anderson the land.
And
what's that?
Chad just accidentally flipped over the top card of his library.
That's fine. It's fine. Just give that a healthy shuffle.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Everyone, look what I got.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, you can't do that.
Oh.
Put that back.
Yeah. All right. Kastel's going to untap. He'll draw. The way he fanned out his graveyard, mostly for Traverse, is the Uvenwald.
I think he has a Grim Flayer as well.
Could also have that. Delirium is key in his deck, and it's not hard for him to accomplish. He's going to take a look at Anderson's graveyard here. Various Lightning Bolts and Terminates that Chad is leafing through before he's going to make his next play. He'll play a Verdant Catacomb, sacrifice it right away. He's going to fall down to at least 17, potentially 15. Let's make it 15. Get an Overgrown Tomb that's going to enter the battlefield untapped. That's a Traverse. Just so you know, that player shuffles three times in one turn.
It's gonna be 30 times in a turn, huh?
So that's twice.
What was the first one? Oh, the fetch land.
Yeah.
And the Traverse. Let's see what else we got.
I just would really like another shuffle. Well, he already played a land, right?
He already played the fetch land this turn.
I'm trying to get my bingo board done here.
If he accidentally flips over the top card of his library again and he has to shuffle, does that count?
Yes. Absolutely it counts. I'll take it any way I can get it. Not going to happen, though. Pass the turn back. Will Anderson over to Kastel. Ooze is going to eat a Thrun, the last troll. Up to a 3/3, but actually a 2/2 because Knight of Soul's Betrayal, giving it -1/-1. Over to Kastel we go. In for 2.
And Todd says, sure.
Yep.
Get some.
Gotten some. There is Grim Flayer. Chad never going to play that Tireless Tracker until he has a land to play.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And he shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Grim Flayer with Delirium right now is a 4/4, but again, 3/3 because Knight of Soul's Betrayal. Still good either way. Grim Flayer on screen. 2/2 Trampler. Delirium gets +2/+2 as long as you have, as long as you have 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, which is why Chad's graveyard is fanned out. Planeswalker, land, sorcery, instant makes that pretty easy. And Fatal Push means that me reading this card is irrelevant because it's dead.
But really good for a 2-drop. Turns
Super
into a 4/4 trample. Little deck manipulation attached to it.
Yeah.
Really strong.
Yeah, very, very good card. Ooze, going to deal 2. Has Kastel drawn the land yet?
Did he draw land?
Because again, that's the only way he's ever going to play the trackers, if he has a land. Here is Liliana, the Last Hope, minus get back.
Something very fast.
Yeah, he got back Flare, I think. Now here's Traverse with Delirium. Now, his deck is online right now. He's just, he's going to get Tasker. He's like basically demonic tutoring, and finding whatever he wants. And, you know, like he's got like an unbelievable setup right now, Craig. Like, I don't really know. I'm not saying this game is over because, you know, there are turns to be played.
Sounds like that's what you're saying.
I don't know what Todd's draw steps are that get him back into this. Like, Chad has a Planeswalker. He's got News. He's got Tasker. He's got Tireless Tracker. And he has Grimflayer, like all either on the battlefield or in hand.
Well, it's funny. Todd drew a Dark Confidant last turn.
Nice.
And he's got the Knight of Soul's Betrayal on the board, so.
Combo. Combo deck.
I would like to team up my 1 rare with my other rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimflayer is going to enter the battlefield. And passing. We're going to go over to Anderson, who's got...
Looks like a Hazard.
I think he picked up Hazy.
Probably too late for that bad boy.
I think so, though it does have haste. I mean, it's a 4/3. Path it. Okay.
Chad must have gone to church this morning, or you know, some clean living there.
I mean, he has it all. He's got it all rolled up, and he made it look pretty easy. Chad Kastel is going to win this game here over Todd Anderson. 2-1. Obzon will take care of Jund. That means the team of Sullivan, Kastel, and Vaughn, they are up in this match. 1-0. And Grace, Anderson, and DeCandio, they have their back against the wall. Keep in mind, these players and these teams are 7-2 here to kick off things. So we're going to see if we can jump to another match. Standard probably the best one to go to. Not entirely sure where Sullivan and Grace are at in their legacy match, so we'll try to jump over to Vaughn and DeCandio in that standard match as they are in game number 3. But we'll let you know where we're jumping here in just a moment. But congratulations to Chad Kastel, the Obzon master.
Yeah, really like his patient approach to that game. You know, he understands when he's in trouble. He understands when he has time to really get the maximum out of each of his resources. And then he understands when it's time to turn the corner, as we say sometimes, and really start going on the offensive to close out the game. Yeah,
and he did a nice job of that when we watched. So congratulations to Chad on that win, giving his team the lead. Again, these teams are 7-2 as we jump into standard. Team Energy in the hands of Robert Vaughn. Grix's midrange in the hands of Brendan DeCandio. Update you on the battlefields here. Not looking good for Vaughn at the moment, it appears. He's got 7 men on the battlefield, but it looks like he's going to embalm a Vizier of Many Faces. Going to copy a Whirler Virtuoso, and this will give him more energy if he gets the opportunity to do this. In the meantime, on Brendan DeCandio's side of things, he has a Whirler Virtuoso, a Glint Sea Siphoner, a Chandra that has 5 loyalty counters on it, a bunch of mana, not entirely sure how many cards in hand, but with the energy trigger on the stack from the Vizier of Many Faces, and a Braid will take care of that. Vaughn makes a couple of Thopters. He's left with 4 energy, and we'll see how he wants to move forward.
Yeah, I guess I have to take back everything I said.
About what?
About this Grixis deck. Looks like it would have fits against these teamer decks.
Oh, looks like he's doing okay right now.
Yeah, no, he's very comfortably in the driver's seat.
Yeah. DeCandio is going to use 2 energy to draw a card with the Siphoner. Now he's revealing with Chandra. Fetid Pools will go to the graveyard. Excuse me, to exile. Chandra will deal 2 over to Vaughn. Light totals are high, so we've got some magic to be played here. Though Glorybringer might change some things.
Pick things up a little bit here?
I think Glorybringer should not. Yes, it exerted. Yes!
Why?
Yes!
Why would it exert
It
here?
exerted. Sorry, no bingo stamp for you, bro.
Does he know? Don't you guys tell him that I need this?
That's a good question. That's a good question. If you haven't followed along with Magic Bingo this weekend, that's what we are referencing. You can find that over on the SCG Tour Twitter page. Craig, well, you can be Team Craig, which would be foolish. You can be Team Cedric, which would be wise.
Wait, now, when you say foolish, it's foolish because I'm ahead, so that's foolish? I don't know. Is the objective here to lose?
We've not really laid out what the objectives are.
Okay. So it might be different from the normal objective of actually winning.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Something I don't do much of. So we're going to go back over to Vaughn here in just a moment, I believe. And you see his battlefield. Not a ton going on there. He might want to block, it looks like. Looks like.
Got to preserve that life total.
He's going to block Glorybringer. You can see at the top, the match between Tan and Grace and Patrick Sullivan is finished. And Tan and Grace with Grixis Delver did take care of Patrick Sullivan playing Sneak and Show. So we are all tied up 1-1 here in matches, which means it all comes down to this. Vaughn with 4 energy, going to reorganize some lands. Forgot how he wants to try to catch back up here because he's very obviously behind. He's got some serious work to do. Yeah. That's a Rogue Refiner.
Yep, and this is a tough spot. He's got that Confiscation coup, and he wants to steal the Dragon, but that would just immediately die to the Chandra. He might be better served stealing the Whirler Virtuoso. Whirler Virtuoso.
There you go.
Yeah. And then, you know, being able to utilize all of this extra energy that he has.
Well, he's clearly valuing this Confiscation coup very highly. You know, he wants to be able to get the most that he can for it. It's a great card in matchups like this. It's such a powerful effect. But you have to make sure, especially when you're behind, that you get the max out of it. Because he's also looking at Nissa, a card that we don't see a ton of. And he's actually going to cast it now. So Nissa, make sure I get the right one here. And Vital Force.
Yep.
Is the card that he is casting. He's going to go after Chandra. It's going to go down to 1.
There are so many powerful cards in Standard that you see a card like Nissa pop up and you're like, oh yeah.
Forgot it existed?
Yeah.
Yep. Totally understand. 6 loyalty now for the Planeswalker. We'll take a look at it here in just a moment. Starts on 5 loyalty for 5 mana. Okay, that's a pretty good deal to start. Untap target land. When you plus it for loyalty, you control until your next turn. It becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste, which is why Chandra is down to 1 loyalty, now going up to 2 as DeCandio is going to reveal the top card. It's just a land, and that's going to bring Nissa down to 4. Return target permanent when you -3 from your graveyard to your hand. And the -6, you get an emblem with whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. It's not hard to get to the ultimate at all with this card, but it might not be about that in this matchup because it is kind of grindy. So here come the Knuckleheads. Flint-Sleeve Siphoner and Whirler Virtuoso are looking to go after Nissa Vital Force. Rogue Refiner is going to jump in front of Whirler Virtuoso. Nissa is going to go down to 2. And now DeCandio is going to play a new Chandra. He'll plus. That'll take care of Nissa. So if that was Vaughn's big plan, DeCandio solved it. Now we're going to go back over to Vaughn. Looks like he picked up a copy of a Braid. Maybe.
It's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And for all of the extra cards that Brendan has generated through his Chandras and through his Glint-Sleeve Siphoner, you know, Vaughn is not that far out of this game. He's going to Confiscation Coup to kill a dragon. He's going to Abrade to kill the Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. And then he's, you know, he's right in this.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. The Confiscation Coup that he has in his hand, will he use it to take a dragon? Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, the answer is yes. I wasn't sure if he would because he does know they're in the 3rd game. I imagine Vaughn has an idea of what is in DeCandio's deck.
Yeah.
So the Scarab God is the scary card.
Of course.
Which you're kind of saving Confiscation Coup for.
He was trying to, but I think it just got too long. You know, Brendan was doing such a good job, if he has the Scarab God, of being cagey with it and not putting it onto the battlefield. that, you know, Robin's just backed into a corner. He's got to get the dragon off the board. He's staring at a dragon and a planeswalker. There's no more time.
Yep. There is the Scarab God. He's going to use Chandra Mana to get it on the battlefield, and now this is an attack with a Glorybringer that is not exerted.
Hot dog.
Yep.
Yes.
Stamp it out.
Stamp it out.
Yep. Stamp it out.
That's a song, right?
No.
Stamp it out, stamp it
That's
out.
not.
Stamp it out, stamp it out.
Everyone is begging you to stop.
Craig is closer.
Everyone wants you to stop.
To a W.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yep. New single here.
Yep.
On the SCG Tour. That's good.
Came out around the same time as Attack for 22.
Yeah, that's a great song. Rogue Refiner's going to bring some energy. That card's a little bit worse than the Scarab God and Glorybringer.
Yeah. It's such a good card, and it is the 5th best card on the battlefield.
Here's a Whirl of Virtuoso. That's a good Magic card, too.
Sure.
Vaughn's last card is Harness Lightning, so maybe it's not over. He's going to Harness Lightning the Scarab God. Okay. Pass a turn back.
All that work. Next turn he's going to be in the same spot.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, no doubt about it. So there's a delay trigger, and that means the Scarab God's going to come back to DeCandio's hand at the end of his turn. Just so that you are aware. Stamp it out, huh? Stamp it out.
Cha-ching. That gives us some more instant winners over here on my little board.
You do have, you're pretty close. I don't like it, but it's true. It's just true. Beatdowns, another Glorybringer. So many Glorybringers.
It's just a dragon party.
Yeah, there's no chance I was ever going to win that bingo spot. So many Glorybringers in Standard. The only way I'd win is if we didn't cover a Standard match.
You tried.
So, hey, whoa.
You tried.
Whoa. Okay. Let's not try to put this on me. Nick picks the matches. I just talk about them.
Oh, what's that? The mono black standard deck? Let's get that bad boy on camera.
Quick. Need to see as many night market lookouts as we can. Please and thank you. Glorybringer will exert. Looks like it's going to attempt to take care of Whirler Virtuoso.
Man, what a slugfest.
Yeah. I mean, Vaughn's on the bad side of it right now as he's going to make a Thopter, block a Glorybringer. He's definitely on the wrong side of it. Now Scarab God's going to go back to DeCandio's hand. Vaughn will draw a card, and he will extend the hand. Brendan DeCandio is going to win this game and match for his team as his Grixis mid-range deck, which might look weird on paper, just took care of Teamer Energy. That's probably the reason he's playing it. Grace, Anderson, and DeCandio win this match over Sullivan, Kastel.